Hi everyone, it's Catherine here, and this is gonna be the Thank You March video. Once a month I try to do a roundup video of everything that I think has gone well in a month and one or two things that I don't think has gone quite so well. Talk a little bit about my favourite things over the last month and look at what I want to focus on next, really. I just think it's nice to round up the month whenever you can, because it gives you something to focus on in the next month, and it's just a really cool way to plan your days as well. So with that, let's get started. So the first thing that went really well this last month was at the beginning of the month, then I went on holiday to Brussels. And it was for an event called No Limits, and it was run by Joanna Hennon and Karina Lade, and it was just the most incredible weekend, really. I mean, it was just a really incredible event with all of us women gathering together, and it was an event that was for heart-centered business owners, and I wanted to go because, well, I knew Karina and I knew about one or two of the speakers. I wanted a holiday, and I also wanted a boost really for my own work as a design map facilitator, so I signed up and I went. And it was a really incredible weekend. I cannot begin to really just when you have that many amazing people in the same room, then it just it just feels like it lifts the world, you know. You feel like you can take on the world, and you feel like you got a group of amazing people behind you to help you. And as a result of being at this event and making so many amazing friends, then I now actually have a speaking gig at the end of May, and various other interviews and things coming up. So I'm really grateful. Joanna, Karina, thank you so much for your event. I think the thing that I learned the most was that I needed to become the teacher that I wanted to be, you know, not just for myself or for my clients, but also for the people around me as well. And that's a big undertaking. So but it has to be done, you know, it has to really be done. So thank you so much. I've learned so much from everybody this last weekend. It's really difficult to talk about Brussels without talking about the attacks as well that took place only a couple of weeks after the event. And I didn't really want to talk about it, you know, because there's so much contention about it. And the friends that I made at the beginning of March, one or two of them were at the airport the day before the event, the day before the bombs went off. Another couple of friends where their family were meant to be at the airport the next day. It was quite scary to see places that I had just been to a couple of weeks before, because I was staying in the Malbeek area, just to see all of that obliterated and just in dire trouble. I know that this is just the tip of everything that's going on. You know, you don't have to tell me that. I'm well aware of that. The only reason why we talk about Brussels so much more is because it's closer to us in our area in Europe. It's closer. But that, of course, that doesn't mean that there isn't other stuff going on in the rest of the world. And it's so difficult to talk about it because there's a certain helplessness, you know? I mean, what can I do? What can anybody do? The only thing that springs to my mind is that I believe we've all got a part to play in everything that's going to happen over the next several months, several years, however long it's going to take. I believe that we all have a part to play. We just don't know what that part is going to be yet necessarily. and that's a little scary. But we need everybody as well. We can never forget that we all need each other. I honestly don't know what more I can say. It's very difficult, but, and I know that I'm not really even saying anything much except to say that I'm so sorry, you know, and I believe that we all have a part to play in everything that's going to happen in the future. Of course we do, you know, because we're here. So whatever that might be, may it come. So on a lighter note, something else that has been going really nicely as well is that I got back on my motorbike. I've been riding around, and the beautiful thing in March though was turning on my Aveline for the first time in a while, and she just turned over really nicely. Here, just listen to this little clip here. Oh, that's my girl chugging away. It's been really grateful. I'm so glad to be back on my bike properly, and yeah, let the adventures this year commence. Finally. I just want to talk about some of my favourite things as well, because obviously, you know, makeup. Whilst I was out in Belgium, in Brussels, then I actually finally managed to get some makeup that I'd been really desperate to get my hands on, but was really difficult to get in the UK. I was really grateful when I was in Brussels that I actually saw an entire Makeup Forever shop, boutique. So on my last day, I went to Makeup Forever, the shop, and I got to try so much stuff, and I was so grateful. And I did end up walking away with this foundation, and I'm wearing it now, and as you can see, it's just flawless. The finish is just beautiful, and oh, get this, you will not believe this. I decided I would wear this in my helmet and then ride out. And because one of the biggest fears I always have with wearing makeup and putting on my helmet, my motorbiking helmet, is that it's gonna rub off, it's gonna get really nasty inside my helmet, and I'd have to take out the lining and shove that in the washing machine or something. But there was no transfer of this foundation into my helmet lining, and even better, my face was still flawless whilst I was shopping, because I took my motorbike to go shopping. Such a girl! Yeah, seriously, if you can get your hands on Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation sticks like this one, I really recommend it. Whilst I was at Makeup Forever, then I also did get the velvet finished compact powder as well, and this is also what I've packed onto my face to keep everything on, and oh yeah, beautiful finish. It just really the two products work really well together and just flawless. And some other things as well. Makeup. I'm sorry, but I have to tell you about this. I was always curious because Kiko Milano, who also do fantastic makeup, they also have these natural concealers. Kiko Milano, the stuff is great, and it's really, really reasonably priced as well. And I just thought, you know what, why not just give it a shot? £5.50 or so each for these, so I bought the green one and the sort of pinky naturally nudie one, so that's number 4 for the green and number 1 for the natural nudie kind of one. And I'm seriously impressed with these. I'm seriously impressed with these, to be perfectly honest, right? And the reason is because whilst these are very, very creamy, these actually blend in amazingly with a beauty blender. And because these are very cream based, I mean, they say they're liquid based, but really it's very creamy and it dries out quite quickly. So you do have to put them on your face and then blend it out fast. But they're actually quite creamy. So when you put these together with something like the Makeup Forever HD foundation stick, then oh, seriously, I do highly recommend giving these a try as well. If you are out of concealer, or you just want to give something a change, or you just want to try something new, these ones. So, okay, I have to talk about what hasn't gone so well this last month. And you have to always look back at what hasn't gone well, because how else are you gonna stay real? Yeah. So what hasn't gone so well this last month? I haven't really recorded half as many videos as I wanted to. And the only reason, and I'm talking about makeup videos mainly, for my friends, and just other videos in general as well that I've been wanting to put out there. The reasons that I'm not putting them out there is because, or I haven't been recording them. I have a couple. I mean, the easiest one to reach out for is that I have been crazy busy. After the No Limits event, then just so many opportunities have come up since that event that I've been very busy trying to organise all of those whilst simultaneously holding down a job with a long commute. Like, I have a 3.5-hour commute to my day job, so it's difficult to keep on top of everything. So, you know, I'm busy, but at the same time, that's just a lame excuse, because perfectionism is kicking in. You know, perfectionism is kicking in, and I have a couple more videos that I do want to take, not a couple of makeup videos and a couple of videos for my Art of Worthiness channel as well, and I've been holding back because of perfectionism, and it's yeah, it's just something I've got to knock upside the head and get on with, you know. At the end of the day, I know that people talk an awful lot about trying to get the best and trying to have the best and all of this, everything's got to be the best, and at the same time, sometimes, and when I say sometimes, I really mean most of the time, good enough is good enough. I just need to keep reminding myself of that and get on with it. Tip for April, keeping my perfectionism in check. Okay, so what am I looking forward to then in April? Holiday? Yes, after more than a year of having no holidays abroad, suddenly a few of them come along in a very short time. So yeah, motorbiking with my dad and my uncle, you know, because they need a lady to keep them in line. And yeah, France. Long distance riding. It's the reason that I'm alive, I swear. That's the main thing I'm really looking forward to. I think really April is the month where everything is just gonna bed in. All of the opportunities that have come up over the last month, and yeah, and I'm just so grateful that everybody's okay, you know, as well. So, so in conclusion, March, thank you. You were crazy. You were a crazy month, and you had me working so hard, but it was everything that I needed, everything that I wanted as well. And March, I just want to thank you. Thank you. Bring on April. I mean, okay, we're already in April. You know, it sounds a bit daft to say that, but at the same time, I'm here, and I have to say goodbye to March. So March, goodbye, and thank you.